Hello, beautiful people. Viv going live from York at the usual time. Sorry that I didn't tell you what I was going to be talking about because I hadn't quite decided. Well, I had decided what I was going to talk about, but I didn't quite know what to call it, to be honest. So, obviously, it was International Women's Day on Monday. I never quite know what to do on days like that, just because there is a part of me that doesn't really know. I can understand why it happens, but I don't really know what I can add to any conversation. So hence the fact I titled my talk, I Know What It Is to Be Me at This Moment. So I was the youngest of 4 kids. I've got 3 older brothers. As a kid, I was often mistaken for a boy and having a boy's name, because Viv can be a boy's name. Probably didn't help. I went into a male industry, information technology. I was one of, I think there was only 2 or 3 women on my master's course. Most of the rest of the course were male. And I don't really particularly see gender as a thing. I don't know if that's because of my upbringing or just because of the way my brain works. I am dyslexic and probably not particularly neurotypical. I thought it would be funny to show you that I don't wear makeup, I don't shave, I don't wear perfume until I discovered essential oils. I found this the other day. So this is a perfume stick I bought from the Body Shop when I was probably 16, and I still have it. There's still a lot of it left. You can't get this anymore, so it's actually... well, you can't get it anymore. They stopped making it pretty soon after I bought it. I totally go along with the fact that people should be treated equally. That is, that's a given. We should all have an equal opportunity to be on this planet and be who we want to be. That's why I always finish my lives with, remember how awesome you are, because by being the best version of you, I would hope that you can share your view of the world with the world, and we can learn from each other, and hopefully that's a good thing. I'm very into environmental stuff, hence the fact I used to buy stuff from Body Shop. The reason I don't wear makeup and perfume is because it's full of toxins unless you buy the right stuff. It's full of toxins, it's full of stuff that destroys the earth, it's full of stuff that destroys the oceans, and I don't understand why we do that. It causes a lot of plastic pollution, so that's why if I was going to buy anything, I would buy it from an ethical place. But as you will see if you've watched any of my lives or anything, I don't wear makeup. I've never used anything on my face. It just doesn't make me feel good as a person. And I suppose it just gets to a point where when you experience the world as, I don't really understand the sort of people talking about us and them and all women do this and all women experience this, and I'm sitting there going, I don't experience that. So it was something that happened earlier that I commented on someone's Facebook post saying, someone had tweeted saying all women walk home pretending to be on the phone or with their car keys in their hand or scared or whatever. I've never experienced that. And I'm aware that because I don't do things that are typically female things, I have always been aware that I'm a bit of an outlier. And it confuses me because that whole thing of all women, someone speaking on my behalf, doesn't strike me as particularly a thing that people should be doing. Not that it's a problem. I think it's good that we get stuff out there. But my big thing about loving stuff like permaculture and stuff like that is where you look at the whole world. It's not just us against them. It's us all together looking after the planet. And I suppose if we're spending a lot of time with us against them and look at me and how hard I've had it, you miss the opportunity to see what's going on for other people, but also how that impacts on the earth. Because whilst we're arguing about what men are like or what women are like or who calls themselves whatever, we're gradually, all of us, pretty much destroying the planet. And also, if you live in the North Hemisphere, then actually you're consuming about 3 Earths worth of stuff, whereas people in the South Hemisphere are exceptionally poor. So one of the reasons that I really like the work I do is that by empowering each individual, I hope that your connection with nature and the earth and with your own amazingness, that maybe those things of us and them and all that sort of stuff that I find a bit divisive becomes less of an issue as you realise how awesome you are. And if you realise how awesome you are, then you can enjoy things around you rather than worrying about what does that person think about me and, oh, I don't fit that mould. So for me, I don't fit your typical female mould. I never have. I've always been like that. It's not something that I've chosen to do. It's just something that I am. I understand that about me. I look at things that say women experience this and I go, well, I'm like, I am a woman. I'm biologically a woman, but I haven't experienced that. So does that mean I'm not a woman? Or does that just mean it doesn't bother me. Don't get me wrong. It doesn't bother me because I'm very happy being me. And I'm very happy being me in this moment. And I hope that in like a year's time, I'll be even happier being me, having experienced more stuff. But if I have to spend my time worrying about, am I okay as me, as a woman, or a representation of a white woman, or a representation of a middle-class white woman, or a representation of a, I don't know, whatever other label somebody wants to put on me, does that not mean I'm then wasting my power that could be used for looking after the planet, or maybe looking after other people who aren't as lucky as me, or looking after, like, bringing up my children to be respectful human beings and not label people or box people in like that? I'm not sure I'm making much sense, but it just got me thinking. And weirdly enough, it got me thinking because I got a gorgeous... So I haven't really used perfumes. I used to love making them as a kid. I used to get rose petals. My parents loved growing roses. I used to get rose petals and smash them up in water and make potions and do all that sort of stuff because I love smells. And I got a perfume from doTERRA, which I know has been ethically sourced. It's given fair chances to people all around the world to make it. It comes from Madagascar, so they're looking after people in countries that aren't doing as well as the one I live in. So I now actually have an official perfume which I feel I can use, and it does smell amazing. But it's stuff like that where I want to look at the earth and go, right, we all have a fair crack at being on this planet. So if I consume less, and that means that the planet's here for a bit longer for people who have less than me already at the moment, that's awesome. So if you want to look into that sort of stuff, I'll put a link below because permaculture sums it up really well. It's like a design thing to make the world a better place by basically exploring how nature does stuff and giving people what they need in order to make things fair across the world. And I've already mentioned the Northern Hemisphere does a lot better out of stuff than people in the Southern Hemisphere, which again is why I love partnering with doTERRA, and I wouldn't choose to partner with a company that doesn't look after giving everybody a fair chance to be on this planet and earn fair pay for what they do and the amazing skills that they have. So that's the fair shares part of permaculture. They also have two other ethics called Earth Care, which is obviously about how we consume and don't look after the planet, and People Care, which is how we all work together to make the world a better place. So I'll put a link to that below. But I would just say, all working together and not being this divisive sort of let's split into us and them and stuff like that just means that actually working in community means you can get actually more done together, whether that's with people like me who don't know how to class themselves, female, male, whatever. So again, I'm going to put a link below about how geese and dolphins in nature, so this is where I mean by mimicking nature, like geese fly in a V shape because it's more aerodynamic, so they use less energy to go further because of the way they fly. You'll all have noticed that, geese flying over, and they drop the goose at the front drops out after a while, so everybody gets a fair crack to be that thing at the front. Dolphins do a similar thing to make themselves streamlined. So that's what I mean by looking at nature to find things that work better. So I'll post that about permaculture below. But if you do want to do your little bit for being like International Women's Day and all that sort of stuff, and I think it is a good thing to point out that we haven't got equality or even close to equity. Equity being that maybe some people need extra to actually catch up with the rest of us. Then as a woman, if you want to wear makeup, and don't get me wrong, if you want to wear makeup, that's fine. If you want to wear nail polish, that's fine. It's not something that I do because a lot of those things are full of toxins. But actually go and look at how many toxins are in those things. Because if you want to be like a powerful female, then plastering yourself with makeup and nail polish, which destroys the planet but also massively disrupts your hormones and makes you a lesser person, is probably worth looking at. So I'd encourage you to go and look at the Women's Environmental Network, because they are putting together some amazing stuff about the makeup that you can use, which doesn't do that to you, the nail polish that doesn't destroy the planet and doesn't give you horrible things floating around your body. So go forth and be the amazing people that you want to be. Maybe don't lump everybody in together, because it does make people feel a bit weird sometimes. Maybe speak for yourself and how you feel about things. And I hope you all remember that everybody on the planet is an amazing human being and has that potential to be that. So there you go, my crazy ideas on International Women's Day and why I didn't post anything about it, because I do my bits in the background. I've never been one for jumping on the bandwagon for things. And actually, when people lump me in as a woman, hi Val, when people lump me in as a woman telling me that I have always done something or I am part of something that I'm not, it just makes me feel a bit weird. But anyway, take care everybody. Remember, you're all amazing, awesome human beings. Go forth and be amazing. Share your crazy brain things with the world. I do, as you know. And if you want to wear makeup, nail varnish, wear high heels, whatever, just maybe go and look at the stuff that you're plastering on your body that makes you less of a human being and maybe disrupts stuff, and then go and find the things that actually can make you look awesome and make you feel awesome. Take care everybody. Bye.